A Mother's Courage by Malka Levine, read by Teal. Prologue, November 1942. I was cold, hungry, and scared. Around me in the prison yard, the guards were yelling, shoving people to form a line, hitting them with the butts of their guns, or prodding them with sharp metal spikes fixed to heavy poles. Men, women, and children were pushed onto trucks and driven away. Some were mute, others sobbing. Children were screaming and hiding under the skirts of their mothers. Babies were crying for food. Standing with my mother, Grandma Miriam, and two older brothers, I could not take in the magnitude of the catastrophe. I was 3.5 years old, and what most concerned me was the biting cold that seized my body and numbed my fingers, stopping me from buttoning my coat. I tugged on my mother's skirt, demanding her attention. "Mum, Mum, help me!" My mother was only too aware that our fate was sealed. We were just minutes away from being forced onto a truck that would take us to our deaths. 14 months earlier, 15,000 Jews from our hometown of Ludmir had been taken away by truck, perhaps the very same ones we saw today. They were driven to land near a village called Piatidny and mowed down, their bodies left in a mass grave. For over a year, my mother had fought to shield her 3 children in the ghetto. She had faced down the corrupt head of the Jewish council to demand a work permit that offered some protection, had crawled out at night under the barbed wire fence that surrounded the ghetto to scavenge food from the fields for us to eat, had kept us hidden from the SS and Gestapo, who had no use for children, and no hesitation in eliminating them. Each day that gave us a tiny chance to live was another short victory that fueled her determination to save us. And yet, when I begged her to do up my buttons in the prison yard, she didn't respond. For the first time, she was swept by a sense of futility. What does it matter, she thought, if my child catches cold? We were on the last leg of our lives' journey, and all her reserves were gone. April 2023. While I am the storyteller, I am not the story. This book is not about me, but about those people who saved me. And while it is set in a very small city in western Ukraine, the message is a universal one, that even in the darkest of days, the human spirit can triumph over despair, and courage will conquer fear. My mother was burdened by 3 young children in the midst of genocide. Her chances of survival were practically nil. In Ludmir, there were about 25,000 Jews when the German army arrived, and only about 30 alive when they left, of which 9 were children. My 2 brothers and I made up 3 of the 9. We survived due to my mother's resourcefulness, courage, and determination, but also because others put themselves at risk so we would live. Some were people we'd never met before, such as a German Wehrmacht officer who freed us from the prison yard that day. Others were acquaintances. The most remarkable, an old Ukrainian couple called the Yakimchuks, gave us shelter on their farm. Alas, so many years have passed that all my heroes have long gone, but I am humbled now to put their deeds onto the page and preserve them for generations to come. No one knows exactly how many Jews were killed in present-day Ukraine, but it's been estimated that 1.5 million died, about a quarter of the 6 million who lost their lives in the Holocaust, and the highest percentage of any country. Some historians believe the total is higher. We were considered subhuman by the Nazis and not worth counting, so this uncertainty will always remain. In any case, this is not a contest over numbers. Each life was precious. The majority of Jews in Ukraine were not transported to concentration camps, but instead the Nazis rounded up thousands of people at a time.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?